All right. Hello again, adventurers, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Candlekeep one shot using players from Traversing the Veil. Yay! Um, I am slightly under the weather tonight, so this may be a little bit short. But I wanted to try and at least get some of the adventure going. Our normal plan was tonight was going to be the last night of this one shot, and in 2 weeks we would go back to Traversing the Veil. We had some scheduling issues, so our next session, which is into the 2 weeks, will be us finishing this one shot, and then the one after that, we will be back into Traversing the Veil. So,
Because in technical terms, not to get too heady on you, we're cursed.
yeah.
Keep failing our saves.
So anyway, um, uh, let's dive back into this one shot. And I didn't pick new intro music, so we will use the normal intro music. This very magical party found a book with a story about a magical scroll, an ancient country full of magical power, and a ruler of a far-off land with his pet golem. After realizing the final page in the book was a portal, they all decided to go treasure hunting to hopefully find this golem and eventually the magic scroll. As they got to this far-off land of desert and dryness, they met a few of the locals who offered to guide them for a cut of the profits. But after some interactions at night involving magic, they awoke the next morning, and their two guides came up with an excuse to leave for a moment, and then disappeared. Not to be deterred by something so minimal, they decided to trek on their own, using the golem as guidance. They eventually did discover a few more travelers that offered to take them to a magical oasis. Unfortunately, they turned out to be Rakshasa, whom attempted to destroy the party. Valiantly, they were able to fight off the Rakshasa, and they are now contemplating their next move. So, just as a quick refresher for me, after fighting the Rakshasa, that's where we ended last time, right? So, okay.
Yes.
So, you all have kind of brushed off yourself from the fight and everything. The Rakshasa themselves have kind of melted into these piles of like entrails and things like that, and then the piles themselves kind of burst into flames. So all that was left was a charred area of dust and soot where each one stood. Thank you, phone.
I will
Go ahead.
I will get up from the watermelon beneath me and just start using prestidigitation to clean off all this weird blood to make my scales shine more.
Okay. So your dragonborn friend is just taking a quick bath, you know, quick shower. He conjures his little handheld shower and just shh.
In retaliation, I run over and give him a hug because I'm covered in it.
Ew.
Just accept it.
So from where you guys are, you do notice in the distance, probably at this point, no more than about 3 or 4 hours away, the very large cliff face with holes and caverns in it that you were heading towards before you were sidetracked by these people. And by judging where the moon is in the sky, you have more than enough time to get there before the sun comes up and makes traveling nearly impossible. Yes.
So I want to make a question I put you in the chat as a reminder. Quinn took a hit from what we later discovered to be a Rakshasa last session.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I didn't know if you needed to put anything in the chat or
No,
regarding the text.
I just need to be reminded of it.
Ew.
If we don't deal with it this session, remind me again at the start of the next session.
Well, my question is, does Quinn feel okay? Does he feel out of
For right
sorts?
now, I mean, you were just in a fight and you got hit by a Rakshasa, which is not an enjoyable thing, and it did break skin. But it doesn't seem infected, or you don't feel any poison or disease or anything.
I'm just going to sprout my wings, fly up high enough to where he can't give me any more blood hugs, and clean myself again.
Okay. You realize with prestidigitation, you can clean him instantly, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but
It's
his scales
not as
don't
much
shine.
fun.
I do
I
that.
don't have scales.
Exactly.
So you guys all are
And-
done. What would you like to do?
It's getting late. Maybe we should take up shelter for the evening.
Do the caves and stuff we're going towards look like they could accommodate our golem, or are they just too small?
Yeah, they look plenty large enough for the golem. You can't see completely from here because again, you're still a few hours away. But from what you remember of this is a story when that the Badine told you before the night before they left. These are the caves where the settlers from the kingdom fled to when the kingdom fell from the dragon attack. So people have lived in these caves. No longer, because that was, thousands of years ago, but...
I mean, I say we just go that way. We were heading there already.
And
I mean, the golem can see where he's going. Can we just follow him?
yeah, he's all ready to go.
Okay, well, I'll see. We obviously can't stay here. Just like before, Quinn will ritually cast Tensor's floating disc, so everyone else can hop a ride. We don't exert ourselves too much, and Quinn will hop on Blue's shoulder if he's amenable to repeating that, and
He kind of
cue the Muppet song, traveling right along.
looks at you again and then starts walking off.
What do you have a different thing you want to do?
I will, just to make us blend in a little bit more, I will cast Seeming to make us look like the residents around the area we've been encountering, like the similar garb and everything, so we don't stand out.
Okay. So their garb generally consists of, as you guys can see in the pictures, kind of flowing robes that cover your skin but are fairly loose, cloaks and hoods that are generally light in color, whites and blues and things like that. So, yeah, looking like them, not incredibly difficult. Cool.
I'll make sure shows he's completely bald and he is like the sporadic balding hair just to make him look even weirder.
Okay.
Can I see it? The image, or is it just kind of you can't see your own thing?
The image, if you go into
No, I mean the illusion.
Seeming.
Oh, the seeming.
Can my character see it?
I think we see what we look like.
If you can look at yourself, like as a reflection or something like that, yes.
And we look at each other.
But if you were to like look at your hands or anything, bare minimum, because you know it's an illusion, you would see a translucent version of it.
So I have no idea. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, you would need some sort of mirror or something to be able to see your face or your hair or any thing.
Okay.
But everything else, like the clothing and everything, looks like just a kind of a translucent layer on top of your own.
Gotcha.
Quinn does have a mirror.
Wait, do you hold it up?
He checks himself out.
Oh, okay.
He's not being a dick or anything. He's not like, no, mine. But he's just like, well, seeming cool.
Yep. Pretty much everyone looks like themselves, just with different clothing and stuff like that, except for show.
Okay.
It's like when you're in an MMO and you're looking at different skins.
Pretty much. I will also be hovering above the ground and walking occasionally, just so I don't look like I'm a flying person.
Mm.
And if I will not hold, but I mean, if I start to sense something is following, I will cast Pass Without a Trace on it so we can have a little bit more of a stealth if that's needed.
Okay. Since you guys haven't rested since the combat, do you guys want to do that before you head off, or do you want to...
Short rest?
Fine, I'm good to go whenever.
I mean, the only hit I took is, well, you saw the aftermath.
Well, we don't have really. I don't know how much of a healing capability we got going on right now, and I feel like if I had to put a number on it, I'm 44 out of 92.
8 out of 79.
I think I'm at 162 out of 197.
Oh, how lovely for you!
I will.
Well, it's up to you guys. I just wanted to ask. So.
No, that's fair.
I'm fine to
Yeah.
push on, but if you guys want to, I can
Just
patrol
to
with my amazing wisdom.
Well, I mean, I'm probably going to want to recover at least a couple of hit dice if we're not getting it. There's no healing.
I agree.
well, I mean, if we're walking, we're not doing anything, it'll be a short rest, right? Or was that count?
No, essentially we have to take an hour.
Theoretically, if you're concentrating on a spell,
Yeah.
that's not going to allow you to short rest. So as long as Tensor's floating disc is going,
Okay.
bare minimum, Quinn would not be able to short rest.
And I'll do, at least for now, I'll do one cure wounds on Quinn. Hey, good. For math, 11.
Okay,
Thank you. I guess we'll push on then.
cool.
I'll be in the front.
All right. So eventually you guys arrive at Haroon, which is a series of natural caves set into a cliff face that comprise one wall of a twisting maze of caverns. As you get there, the landscape around you bears the scars of a purple worm's habitation, a complex of caves that collapsed as the worm created its rubble-filled tunnels. You see a crack in the face of a cliff that looks like an entrance to an undamaged cave. Around it, a few 15-foot diameter rubble-filled holes provide clear evidence of a purple worm's passage. Vultures circle overhead as if anticipating scraps.
So maybe we halfling gestures to the to the to the scavengers.
Go ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw, Quinn.
Oh dear.
Great. Dexterity save and throw. Oh hell no! I'm gonna. Let's see. I've used. This will be my third. This will be my last halfling luck. Okay, come on. It is known. I rolled a max 22.
All right. So as
No
you're
more halfling luck.
as you're onto the top of the golem, you guys, you onto the tensor's floating disc don't feel anything, but you do hear this kind of soft. Quinn, on the other hand, because you're on something connected to the ground, you start feeling the golem start to vibrate
Oh,
every so often, and then it gets a little more violent and a little more violent, and then it
oh, blue,
stops.
blue tilting.
Yeah, a little bit. It kind of shifts in there, and you watch him just kind of stand still for a moment. Thank you. And then it stops.
Oh, is my rule to stay on?
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys okay?
Yeah, for now, and that's not a good rumbly to be having in these caves.
Yikes.
I'm gonna hop off blue now because that's just asking for trouble.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You're not very
jump on the ground.
high off the ground. Again, he's only, if I remember correctly, he's like 8 to 10 feet tall.
Yeah, well, with my luck, I don't need to fall and be prone.
Yeah, valid point. So, what would you all like to do? Again, there's a big old giant crack that seems to lead to what looks like an intact to the tunnel, compared to all the other ones that are obviously collapsed from the purple worm.
No, just to clarify, the crack in the tunnel, the crack that leads to the tunnel, is not the same worm-made tunnel, correct? Or are they all
No,
worm-made?
this is none of the tunnels you see are worm-made. They are natural caves that have collapsed due to worm activity.
Ah. Okay, so
But this, the center one in the crack is, you don't even see worm activity that's damaged it as far as you can tell. So, or at least not
Okay.
from the outside.
I mean, I can go in first.
Is there anyone following us at this point?
I'm making a perception check.
Perception. 25.
Oh, nice.
Looking around, you don't really see anyone, and again, the one place they really could hide if they were tracking you in this particular location is in front of you.
Yeah.
The
I just
rest is
noticed-
just open to the desert, so you're relatively
footprints.
certain you're not being followed.
Okay.
Don't worry, guys. My amazing eyesight will help us, and I'm gonna just go in the cave entrance a little bit and see what I see.
Okay.
just a word of warning: if we are going to go in there, provided you give us the high sign, halfling peepers don't got dark vision. I'll be casting light.
Me too.
All right.
Do you have the dark vision?
Yes, I am Hildorf.
Okay. So, looking in, you see, what's the range of your dark vision? 60 feet?
Yeah. Yeah, it should be 60 feet.
Okay, cool. Then, and is everyone in Roll20? Because there's a map and everything there. So,
Yep.
Yeah, it's 60 feet.
so you see the tunnel itself. You guys are right here at the top, and towards the at the top. Towards the edge of your dark vision, you can see what looks like rubble. But without getting closer, you can't really see what it is.
I mean, at the very least, the tunnel's okay. You guys want to rest here? And I'll look at Blue. Do you sleep?
And he looks at you and goes, no.
No. You're on watch when we're sleeping then.
I mean, we're going to take turns.
Fine.
Our luck has not been very fortuitous, and this is coming from a halfling.
And as you say that, you hear this.
Oh,
The ground
bloody hell.
rumbles again.
Do I hear it with my passive perception of 7?
Well, the ground beneath you is shaking, so it's hard to ignore.
It's hard to ignore an earthquake.
I will make sure I'm like 20 feet up. Or how high is the ceilings in here?
About to 12 feet.
I'll make sure I'm at the max that I can and just hug up there.
Okay.
Does it feel like the tremors have gotten closer, or just general?
The tremors, you can't really tell an epicenter from where you are. It's just the ground keeps shaking. So
But they haven't like gotten. It hasn't gotten stronger.
they're to the tremors.
Okay.
We're either in
No
California.
one has been knocked over. The only reason you had to make your save before is you were kind of precariously perched, and were not expecting a to the tremor. Being able to be on the ground, none of you feel any danger of falling.
Well, I mean, might as well do the dome, and if we get attacked, we get attacked. We'll deal with it when it happens.
Well, and just for clarification on the dome, I want to on this in a dome in the game. What you're ruling on is a dome just half of a sphere, or does the dome encompass top and bottom? Is it a full sphere or a half sphere?
Well, dome does not indicate sphere.
Okay.
So,
Just one clear. So they come up from underneath. I just want to make sure. So from above, I can cast it, but not necessarily guaranteed safety.
what's this,
Well,
this spell called again?
Tiny hut, I believe.
Yeah. Come on, can you find it? Liamon's tiny hut. That's what I have. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. So, yeah. If you guys want to kind of camp here, you're more than welcome. Though the golem himself seems to kind of be starting to walk into the cavern, and then we'll stop and kind of look back at you and come back, then turn back, kind of ready to go.
I'm gonna follow the big guy.
Of all of us, he knows where we're going.
Oh, okay. So we're not doing the hut. I want to make sure. Are we?
I don't think Blue wants us to.
Okay, if we're pushing on, let's push on. Because if we're pushing on, then Quinn's not going to bother starting the ritual.
I'll fly as close to Blue's head, if not above, just so I'm off the ground.
Okay. Yeah.
Although
Blue
I
is
could-
kind of scraping to the top of the tunnel right now.
So I'll
Question.
probably be behind his head.
Would you guys like me to ritual cast the dome that way, just as an off chance we might have someplace to run back to?
If you want. It's up to you.
Because it's not a concentration.
By the way, I don't like these tunnels, so we need something.
Well, you have to stay in it, I believe.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, you have to stay there. So yeah, I guess we'll just go push on.
So yeah, go ahead and cast it.
I have to stay in. Well, I mean, I'll fine.
Why don't you guys go ahead and put your minis on the map in the north part?
I always click the wrong thing, and then I start highlighting everything.
my character.
Oh, I'm just using my Zarian one.
Yeah, I'm just using.
Yeah, go
Hardball.
ahead and just use. Just as long as there's something there you can control. I see 3. Who are we missing?
May.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead and just use this as owie for right now. It makes it easier for me to remember.
Hi.
All right.
Who's my baby?
So, again, this particular tunnel is only a little over 5 feet wide. So, going through it, you guys are going to need to be just a single file.
I assume the blue would be in front of me, then me, then they can decide amongst themselves.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I'll stay in rear. Just keep an eye.
So I guess Queen is dead.
I don't know if you guys can see that aura. I just thought I put it up for the light cantrip.
So, moving forward then, what do you guys want to do?
I believe we're following Blue because he wants us to follow him. So
Okay. So as you guys keep going further in, I'm just looking for a mini for blue, just so I have something on the map for you guys to follow.
I believe, and Mage Armor's still up, right? Or, 'cause I didn't know how long we traveled.
You travel about 3 or 4 hours, so I think mage is 8 hours, right?
8 hours.
Yeah, so you're fine. So
Okay.
blue.
Yeah, I'll activate mage armor myself.
Okay. So blue kind of walks in, and as he gets to the rubble, he kind of stops, turns around towards you guys.
if I peek over Blue, does it look like it's a collapsed tunnel completely, or is it open?
It's from what you can see, there's all this rubble that is collapsed into the tunnel. It looks like there might be a space at the top, though from where you are, you're a little bit too far away to be able to tell. You would need to try to climb up it to see.
No.
I'll kind of hover near the top to see the gap, because obviously Blue won't be able to fit through. But
Yeah, Blue kind of looks at it, and he looks at you guys. He goes, open.
Yeah, see if I have anything here that can do that.
The rubble itself is smaller rocks and chunks of dirt and stuff like that. Again, it's only wide enough for one person. But if one person wanted to try to clear it, it would be theoretically possible. It would just take some time.
I mean,
Goldie, are you gonna climb to the top to see if there's any?
yeah, I'll fly up there with my wings,
Okay.
because I don't see myself passing a climb check.
Can I levitate up there?
Theoretically, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that was another thing I forgot to mention. As you guys got closer to the area, there was this very strong, noxious smell, and you can see this kind of layer of something all over the ground and all over the area that is definitely not sand.
Is it worm poop? Is it?
It theoretically
Worm poop.
might be.
Uh,
You do notice there are larger, kind of very large piles, and then just smaller areas where it's just kind of a small little layer.
I mean, did we just walk in a worm sphincter?
Well, the walls
pretty-
themselves are sculpted and chiseled, and empty sconces dot the walls. So unless someone hired an interior decorator for a Worms River rectum, you don't think that's where you are.
Tasteful kinds.
I've seen weirder houses.
Since I never thought I'd hear outer.
I will fly up to the top to see the gap we're working with.
Okay. Looking up, yeah, there is a small gap, but it's far too small for even Quinn to make it through. But you think with enough to time, you could definitely clear enough for a medium humanoid to fit through. A hole would probably, depending on how good you are, take roughly an hour-ish.
I don't suppose anyone's got a pickaxe or a shovel.
As you say that,
Oh,
the ground shakes again.
Does any-
We have giant robot.
yeah, I'm also worried about making too much noise.
And you definitely don't want me doing anything. I just make everything explode.
I'm guessing no one's got mold earth or shape earth or whatever the spell's called.
I think everything in my repertoire is fire.
Maybe
Anyone-
melt earth?
Does anybody have any magic, or are we just doing it the old-fashioned way?
I think it's old fashioned at this point.
Well, I mean, I got one thing, but it's only good for a minute.
I have mage hand.
Probably stronger than me.
Pebble. I don't know if that technically wouldn't be used for that. Maximilian's Earthen Grasp really wouldn't be not really good for moving.
I mean, you theoretically could move. I mean, make a hand of rock and use the hand of rock to move more rocks. It theoretically would work.
Yeah.
I don't know how quiet it would be, but
Yeah, it's not going to be quiet. And I don't think anyone here has anything that we can do subtly in this instance.
well, if anyone wants to try and carefully remove some of the stuff to make an opening for you guys, I just need either a dexterity or strength to check from one person, since again the tunnel's just not wide enough for multiple people.
Well, I have one question.
Mm-hmm.
If I were to say hypothetically cast Tasha's Caustic Brew, since it's a straight line of acid, could I blast a clearing through that way? Or melt a clearing that way, so to speak?
It's a bit... Because Caustic Brew is not really designed to clear away walls or anything like that. You could, but it would take many castings of it to do. And depending on what dissolves first, you may trigger... Because again, it's just rubble, so the wrong thing dissolves
Landslide.
and it'll fall. So again, it's entirely up to you. If you want to go that route, you can. Is that a cantrip or is that a leveled spell?
Oh, that's a level spell.
Yeah, it'll take quite a few castings of it at its base power to do it. If you cast it at higher levels, you might be able to knock off a few of those castings.
Yeah, I've burned a lot of my higher levels fighting Rakshasa.
I might have something.
I'll get past everybody and just start climbing up and just see if I can't look on the other side.
Sure.
So I do have something I could do, potentially, but it will cause a lot of noise.
Why don't you go ahead and make me a strength athletics to check to climb up.
I thought you said never mind. Okay.
What?
No, nothing. Just.
Well,
natural 20.
Hey!
So yeah, being very, very careful, you kind of climb your way up and you kind of test everywhere that you put your feet or hands to make sure that you're not pulling on something that might shift or break, and you make it up to the top without too much difficulty. Looking through, you see that the tunnel does continue, and it seems to widen shortly after this area. So, yeah, you think there's a wider part of the tunnel, and naturally will widen, not that it's collapsed or something like that. There is some sort of cavern on the other side, or open room kind of the thing.
Yeah.
If you're needing help in terms of excavation, you could also use my floating disc to like pile on a bunch of rocks and scoot it away, but it'll still take manual labor.
I have something I can do, but I'm not sure the noise. I could cast Wall of Fire and transmute it to be acid damage instead. So it's a wall of acid and just have it go through.
Hmm.
How long does it stay up?
It's only a minute, but
Oh,
I could do it with Fireball and other stuff. I can just transmute them different elements. That is an option.
they'll still be really intense acid.
Yeah.
I'll relay what I see to them and let them know. So, what do you guys want to do? I mean, there's something over here at least.
Well, we got to clear the way, and I don't want to leave Blue behind.
That's our
I mean-
guide. So no.
Yeah.
Blue, you comfortable trying to dig your way through? And or we can, and you can watch our back.
Blue just kind of looks at you, looks at the wall. No.
But we need to go this way, right?
Yes.
All right. I don't know who's the strongest of us.
He turns around, he looks at it, and he'll go, "I'll break it."
I'm assuming Show is probably the best bet for us to try and dig through. But I don't know how long it would take.
Well, I mean, if you
Ridiculous.
want to do like a line of your an acid wall, and then I'll team up with a spell of Tasha's Caustic Brew. Because I don't want to spend too long trying to plow through this if we can help it.
Yeah, I can do it essentially 3 times with my 4th level. If we want to try that, it's only 3 sorcery points and 3 spell slots.
Yeah, but there's the rumbling.
Maybe it'll pop
As
up
if
right
on
into-
cue.
Yeah, that.
Oh,
I'm gonna try-
what say we just do like you do one and I do one, and we see how far that gets us in?
All right,
Okay.
back up, and I'll have everyone.
Back it up.
I climb down.
Okay. Probably don't want to be in the way for this one.
Yeah, we'll take turns, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Like,
No, I don't want to be in the way.
So it doesn't say I have to see to create it. So I mean, I could create the starting here, and then I think have it just go through the wall. It doesn't say I have to see. I just make it.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll just make it like.
How much
where-
damage does it do?
So it'll do 5d8, and then acid because I'm changing to it
Yep.
for a minute. So I guess 10 rounds worth.
Yep. Okay. No, that makes sense. So as you sit there kind of conjuring, you guys watch as fire starts to grow in his hand. And then as you kind of watch him make it larger and larger, it starts to change. You can see it turn in this kind of sickly green color, and it starts to liquefy. And now he has this kind of boiling cauldron almost of acid in his hand. And then he kind of points, and you see this huge wall of acid just appear and go shh. And you hear, and how wide is the wall? It's 5 foot wide, or how?
Says, I assume it's 5 feet because it just says I can make it 60 feet long, 20 feet high, 1 foot thick.
Okay,
it's a
so
foot thick.
it's a foot thick. Okay. Okay. So you sit there and you see the rock and stuff start disintegrating in this kind of foot area, and then you watch as the rest of it starts to kind of shift and fall into the acid in other places, and it starts kind of falling down and kind of trickling off. But the majority of it falls into the acid and slowly gets eaten away over the next minute. When the spell finally ceases, most of the rubble has either fallen to the ground around it or has been dissolved by the wall of acid, giving a path for you guys to go through. It'll be a little bit of a squeeze at a point.
I'll still clear the way more if you want me to still do my caustic spell. If it'd help.
Try if you want, because I'm assuming Blue's gonna have difficulty getting through.
No, it's wide enough that again he'll have to squeeze, but he can get through.
Okay.
Like everyone can get through. Technically, this area here will be difficult terrain. Is all it is. So.
I mean, as long as Blue can get. I don't know if
Yeah.
it would be easier for Blue to go through if I did it too, or if it'd be about the same.
Well, again, the big difference being, he theoretically just did. What was it? 68. You said
5d8
5d8
10 times.
So yeah, he just did
okay.
50 d8 damage to clear that away.
So he's a super soaker. I'm just a water pistol.
Yeah, I mean you
Yeah.
could, and it might do a little bit more, but the only reason it was able to clear away as much as it was it was 6d8 and it was constant damage.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
Fair enough.
Well, I mean, I legit wasn't expecting that to work, so onward.
All right, so go ahead and move your minis into the larger room here if you would like. The tunnel opens into a cave 50 feet long, 30 feet wide, and to the 20 feet to the tall. Bats chitter near the ceiling, and the floor reeks with mounds of their guano. Colorfully painted frescoes line the walls deeper in the cave. So,
What did you say was on the ceiling?
bats.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Well, I think I led us into more dead ends. I'm assuming the stuff on the side and down here is the same rubble that was blocking your path up there.
Yes. However, again, you can, unlike the rest of the cave, the frescoes in this area aren't just like mostly intact, they are vibrant. Compared to literally everything else which is in ruins here, these, other than maybe, some pieces falling off here and there, these look almost new.
I'll wait for Blue to squeeze through.
Okay, and he comes in.
Does any of this look familiar, Blue?
And kind of looks around, and then he comes over to I have to see where it is. Okay, he comes way down here, and he points to a mural on the wall here.
Is the ceiling about the same height as the last one here, or is it bigger?
No, it's about to 20 feet high here, so it's a
Okay.
little bit larger.
I'll fly up to the mural and just kind of start.
Well, the mural
examining.
is basically the length of the entire wall.
Yeah, I'll fly up and just start looking at it from the top while they're looking at it from the bottom.
Okay. So the mural itself, this mural shows the destruction and slaughter of a city by an assault from a one-eyed blue dragon and its horde of monsters. The blue dragon stands atop a mastaba under which lies a star-filled vault surrounded by a magical aura. The vault holds a young man inside a sarcophagus. On the left side of the mural, 3 wizards wearing curious hats flee towards a distant series of caves. An inscription below the painting is accompanied by a rough map. and the inscription reads, "Here the dragon returns to destroy the city of Azumar and open the tomb of Prince Hamukai as the survivors flee to Harun." And as Blue looks at it, he sits there and he points to the sarcophagus. He goes, "My master."
Where is that?
Well, there's a little rough map near the bottom of the mural that shows where you guys are and shows kind of a rough path to get to Azumamar.
Oh, I know. I'm just playing my low wisdom.
Oh,
Since
sorry.
I'm up top. I'm like, what is this? You guys see anything important?
No.
Well, see,
The ground shakes again, though this time, for whatever reason, it seems to last longer. And as it starts to die down, it gets more intense again. Now it's getting louder and louder.
oh, shit. Like, I'm telling everyone to be quiet. Like,
And as you're all kind of sitting there, you watch as the ground itself starts to kind of crack and shift underneath you. And suddenly,
shite.
a giant
Oh,
purple
boy.
worm
No!
appears in the middle of the cavern. Move it so I'm not onto the top. Psycho, why don't you roll me I'll let you choose, perception, or just flat dexterity save, whichever one you like better.
They're both the same thing.
Okay.
7.
Okay. So as you guys are sitting there and the ground starts to kind of fall away, Psycho, you are just inside where the ground falls, and you start going down as
Oh god.
a large purple worm appears and tries to take a bite out of you with a 3 on the die. 17.
That messes with my mage armor.
Okay, so as the creature, you start seeing the ground just disappear beneath you, and then you start seeing teeth appearing directly underneath you and surrounding you, and you watch as the teeth start coming up, and you very deftly kind of jump and flip out of the way as this massive purple worm comes up, and I would like everybody to roll for initiative.
With the rumbling we had before with my dagger warning warned us.
Yeah, definitely would have warned you. I forgot you had a dagger warning.
Yeah, so we are not surprised. And I have advantage in initiative.
So
Just you get the initiative, right? The group doesn't get that.
everybody's in initiative now.
No, I mean advantage. I didn't know if that the warning.
Oh no,
thing was.
that's a weapon of warning to the thing.
Okay.
Quinn, let's start with you. What do you got for an initiative?
A gentlemanly 15.
Not bad. Show.
I have a 25.
So you're going last.
Dang
Goldie.
it.
Whopping 6.
Cool. So this is Psycho.
20 total.
Not bad. Cool. So we're gonna start with Show. Show, a giant purple worm is in front of you.
Okay. Gulp. What was that? Hang on a second. There it is. I'm going to use. Let's see. How far is he away from me? 5, 10, 15?
Sure. Each square is 5 feet, so
Um,
I remember if I have this set up. There we go. This is what they are seeing,
oh, okay.
letting the audience see your doom.
Oh, yay. I am going to. Invoke duplicity is an action. Yes, never mind. I'm not doing that. I will cast my last first level spell and use a guiding bolt. Trying to hit it.
All right. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
So that would be a natural 20 again.
Sorry, it misses.
Let's see.
Oh, damn it. There was a spell I meant to cast. Crap.
30 total.
30 to the total?
Yep.
All right, so you watch as Show, right?
Yes.
Okay. You watch his Show kind of conjures this bolt of light in his hands and then thrusts it forward, and you see this bolt of white light go and smack the purple worm. It explodes with light, and the worm itself just kind of has this iridescent glow up about it. Anything else you wanted to do with your turn?
I would like to run. Oh, let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm going to run around. Oh, quick question. Is he still partially in the ground, or does he the whole body come out?
He's still partially in the ground.
Okay. Maybe that will help me. I'm going to run around here behind.
He's large enough that you are in his square, so you can't do that.
Oh.
Yeah, he is theoretically he is a gargantuan creature, so he takes
bugger.
up that whole area. So.
Oh. Wow, that's way bigger than I thought it was. Okay.
Yeah, it's a purple worm. It is a massive.
Gotcha. This is much scarier now.
Yes. Its mouth opening is 10 foot in diameter, just on its own.
And I will just run right over. I think maybe here be okay.
Yep, that's
Okay.
perfectly fine.
I will stay right there and take bonus action for patient defense.
Okay. So you watch his Show kind of brings his fists up, ready to fight. Before anything else can happen, though, this is Psycho. What would you like to do?
I would, as a bonus action, I will do Revelation Flash. I will hover,
Okay.
and as my action, I would like to do Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Now, because you're within 5 feet of the creature, an Eldritch Blast is a ranged attack. You would have disadvantage to cast it there. If you move back 5 feet, you wouldn't.
Yeah, but would that be an attack of opportunity?
So, the way attacks of opportunity work in 5th edition is you have to leave the creature's reach.
Okay,
Attack
so
range. So
I will.
you don't technically know this creature's attack range, but it's really big. So
Okay, so I'll back up 5 feet. So I have room to snipe at this thing.
go for it then. Now you're perfectly fine. So you kind of float back a little bit, conjure your Eldritch Blast, and start shooting them.
Okay.
It would be if she's out of the disadvantage, you have an advantage for her attack.
Well, the first attack will have advantage.
Yeah.
Because Eldritch Blast has multiple attacks. So your first one will be made at advantage.
Okay. Really? 17?
Just barely misses. As you fire the first one, it goes just barely wide and ricochets off the creature's thick, scaly hide.
Okay, round number 2. 16.
Another one, as you fire, it goes ching and just kind of doesn't do any damage to it.
That's hurt me, does. That one.
So the third one misses the worm entirely and strikes one of the murals, denting it slightly, but not doing anywhere near the damage you think it should have.
My turn.
All right. Quinn, you're up next.
Oh, goody. Okay, well, first off, I'm going to try and risk it for the biscuit. I'm going to try and... My intent is to back up here.
Okay.
Attack of opportunity?
Yeah, as you back up,
Okay.
you watch the ground kind of open up near it, and you see the tail end of this creature come out and shoot towards you.
I have several options, so let's see what happens.
Math is hard. 22.
Okay. I think even with that, I am going to use, because luckily I don't have to use a luck point for that. I'm going to use second chance. When a creature hits you with an attack roll, I'm going to use my reaction to force the creature to reroll.
Okay.
Because even if I use a shield spell, it's going to hit me.
That turns it to a 30-2.
Jesus Christ. Okay, yeah, you hit.
All right. I need a Constitution saving throw from you as the stinger on the end of this tail pierces you.
What'd you roll, a 19?
It's a good question.
No, I'm sorry.
The
Just
total
like,
was
that's not
32, though.
To hit?
Yeah, the total to hit was 32.
Good lord. I'm sorry. So I'm sorry. How much damage did I take?
You'll find out after you give me a Constitution save.
Don't I have to know that beforehand? Okay.
No, the con save is for the attack, not concentration.
Oh.
The attack
okay.
is forcing you to make a con save.
Okay. I already used my reaction too, so that's, yeah, great. 9. Awesome.
All right, so you take 19 piercing damage and 42 poison damage.
I'm down. Bye.
So as the creature comes and it stings you, you guys watch as his eyes kind of go wide, and then he falls down unconscious.
Awesome. Cool. I'm done.
Next up is the worm, unfortunately.
Fuck.
It's going to try and take a
Well,
bite.
technically I didn't move, so yeah.
It's going to try and take a bite out of the dude that shot it in the face,
Oh.
which I believe is disadvantage against you. Correct? Because you're
Me?
a patient defense.
Yes.
Well, that's a 2. Wow, I got 2 2s. So it turned it to a 16.
15? No.
So as this massive creature comes forward and tries to clomp down on you, you kind of jump out of the way and get back to the down. Undeterred, it's pissed because it's hungry, so it's going to try and hit you with its stinger.
Oh, goody.
That was a bit of a better roll, but 26.
Oh, dang it. Yeah, that hits. Con save.
So yeah, go ahead and give me a con save.
What is that? Weird dice color. Oh, natural 19 for 23.
Okay. So you take 19 points of piercing damage and then 21 points of poison damage. As it just barely kind of nicks you, and you see the kind of poison dripping off of it. Just barely gets in the wound, and you're able to kind of get it out as quickly as possible.
Ow.
Oh, you're so squishy.
Is not going. It's going to shift over just slightly to get closer to you. But that's it. It does create a pathway out if anyone wants to try that, seeing as its range ends here, or its space ends this is here. That brings us to Goldie. What would you like to do?
I'm hoping people don't want to run because I'm going to cast Storm Sphere and spend a sorcery point to change the lightning to fire.
Okay.
It's a 20-foot radius when I create it, and I want to put it back here so the worm is in the edge of it and I don't hit anyone else. And when it appears, the creature needs a what kind of save is it? Each creature in the sphere, when it appears on its turn, strength saving throw DC 19 or take 4d6 bludgeoning.
You said it's just a strength save?
Yeah, for the initial, and then I can zap it with the firebolt.
Okay. Math is hard. 15?
Nope. So it takes 11, 12, 13 bludgeoning damage from it appearing. And then I will use my bonus action to make a ranged spell attack. And if I hit, it'll be 66 fire damage.
Not bad. So you guys watch as Goldie starts conjuring. You see these lightning bolts start striking between his fingers, and then he kind of shifts them a little bit, and you watch as fire gathers, and he throws it forward, and this giant sphere of a flame appears. For my knowledge, does it, is that whole area now just a giant ball of fire, or?
Yes. It's just anyone trying to listen within 30 feet is disadvantage, but as far as I know, it doesn't do damage even if you walk through it. It's just, or ends its turn there. Yeah, so if you end your turn there, you take the bludgeoning.
Okay, so you guys can see inside this area that he just created. You can see these kind of little meteors just kind of flying around in random places. I will say, with that much fire, no one's having problems seeing.
Does a 23 hit?
23 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
12, 16, 17, 18. 22, and I ignore fire resistance if it has it.
It has no resistance. It's a worm. What was it? 22?
Yes. And then I don't know if I can just shout something to Blue, but if you allow me, I'll tell him to pick up. Or no, he's too far away. Never mind.
Okay.
I'll just stay where I'm at towards the top of the mural.
Cool. Then show. You're up. Are you saying?
Okay.
I was
No, I'm here.
Are you muted?
No, I've been thinking, trying what to do.
Makes sense.
If I run over to, sorry, new names, Quinn, would I leave the opportunity or this attack range?
Due to the fact that Quinn was unable to leave the attack range, you don't think so.
Okay. I'm going to run over to him.
Yeah, you treat my corpse like a marker, you know, the attack.
Yeah,
you know,
much.
That's roughly where the attack range ends, you think.
Yeah. I'll run over and cast my last spell I have and use a 2nd level Cure Wounds.
Okay.
I just drew the edge of my sphere for visual reference.
Okay.
Okay. 14.
Yeah,
14.
a little bit helps. Thank you.
Definitely nice. And you are now conscious and prone. You have this weird metallic taste in your mouth.
Yeah, it should have been in my favor. God damn it, Timora.
And then I will run back to where I was. And as actually, you know what? I'm gonna stay there, and I want to put myself in between those two. It's basically right here,
Okay. So
and
you're
I'll
kind of
take patient defense again.
interposing yourself between the creature
Yeah.
and them. Okay, cool. No, that's cool.
I will point out the inside the sphere itself is also difficult terrain.
Probably because of the meteors.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we try to run through it, we could potentially get stuck in there.
Yeah, and every turn you'll be taking bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
Do you want to draw the rest of the radius just so I can see how far into the tunnel it will go?
20, 5, 10, 15, 20.
Not supposed to be like a template or anything.
Yeah, I don't know if is there a circle tool? That would be probably way easier.
Just wherever the center of it is, just go 20 feet into the tunnel and mark. Like, I don't need the whole thing. I just need to know where it ends into the tunnel.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. How big is the radius?
20-foot radius, so...
Oh, I'm a 20-foot radius, so if you want to use me, just a second, I'll just move myself temporarily. I don't know if you can see my...
Positioned right in this square is where this focal point was.
Okay. Can you see my radius, Jody?
So it just ends right there. Okay, that's fine. Go back.
Okay, cool.
So, all right. Next up is going to be Psycho. What would you like to do?
I
Oh, seeming drop, by the way, because that was concentration, but you know.
You guys no longer have flowing robes.
Do we know if the worm can hear by any chance?
You don't see any eyes. If you want to roll a nature check, you can see if your character remembers anything about purple worms in particular.
Okay. 14?
Yeah, with a 14. Purple worms are known to see through to tremor sense. And they have limited blind sight.
So why? So they can't really hear.
They can hear. That's kind of how their tremor sense works. Is they theoretically they feel and quote unquote hear the vibrations through the earth.
Okay, I'm gonna try something fun. Dissonant whispers.
Okay. I don't think it's deaf. No. It's got shit passive perception, but no one can hear.
I mean, is it worth the 9?
Wisdom saving throw.
Well, as everyone knows, purple worms have a very high wisdom score. It's better
Why
than it's actually trained in wisdom saving throws, and it's still a very low single digit.
It took some night courses.
Well, so that's a nat 1.
Ooh.
Plus 4 gives it a 5.
Mm-hmm. It's doing that one, bitch.
Instant success.
So, what does the spell did it do? I can't remember off the hand.
On a failed save, it takes 3d6 psychic damage and must immediately use its reaction if available to move as far as its speed allows away.
Okay. Yeah, go for it. Roll your damage.
Okay. 15 points of psychic damage.
All right, let me do that for the first. So you watch the creature just, and then you watch it burrow straight down, leaving a 10-foot hole. Yeah, you guys don't currently see it. It's disappeared beneath the ground.
Okay.
So, anything else you wanted to do with your turn? You still
I'm
have your
good.
movement. Okay. That will bring us to Quinn.
Okay, so sorry for context. Do I know what happened to the worm? It got feared.
You watched it cry in pain and then bolt straight down.
Ah, okay.
So there is a 10-foot wide hole in the earth where it used to be.
Okay. I didn't really design Quinn for AoEs.
Oh, I got that covered with everything. Don't worry.
Yeah, we know.
Okay. Are we gonna try and run, or are we gonna try and fight this bugger?
I have nothing left as far as spells, so we need to figure something out.
I got like 12 scorching rays I can throw down the hole. I think I'm fine.
Well, Dissonant Whispers only lasts for just that round, right? It's not continually feared, is it?
Duration is instantaneous.
Yeah, so now that it is no longer afraid of you, it has the ability to do whatever it wants.
Ugh.
I just need to know for context, because if we're booking, I'm not going to be able to make it through in one round.
Ugh.
Well, I'd suggest. Well, I'll wait till my turn to make a suggestion.
Well, we can talk. I mean, my understanding is talk is a free action. I don't want to get too.
A little
That's
bit
okay.
of the talking is fine. If it starts getting a little too much planning,
Okay.
Again, this is 6 seconds.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so are we running or are we fighting?
I mean, I'm gonna fight.
Okay, I'm backing up then. Okay, gonna back up over here. Can't do a whole hell of a lot. I'm a bit like my caustic brews. I gotta do jack to this thing. What I will do is, we have so little going on right now. I'm gonna hold my action. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let loose this thing. I'm going to fire a chromatic orb at it when I see it pop back up.
Okay. So you start growing this chromatic orb in your hands. The worm decides to come back.
Of course.
I figured.
Well, it only went 30 feet down. That was its full movement. So
I figured it had more than that. Okay.
It's
burrowing, no, only the 30. It
If it
technically has a speed of 50, but there isn't 50 feet it could move in here. So burrowing
Gotcha.
made more sense.
If he's ending his turn inside the sphere, he needs another strength save.
Yeah, since he's not moving, and since he only has one person at his attack range now, he's gonna try and bite you first.
Okay, since it was my held action, do I get my shot off first before
As
it does
soon as he
anything?
pops up, yeah.
Okay, cool.
And I still have patient defense. So.
Yep. I was rolling with the disadvantage.
Oh,
While we're
okay.
waiting on his attack. My first
Yep.
attack
Gotcha.
against you.
I'm gonna fire. I'm gonna use a
Is-
5th level spell slot, chromatic orb. It's gonna. I don't know what this thing's weaknesses are, so I figured I'm gonna do something it's never done. So I'm gonna do lightning damage to it.
Okay.
So I can pick the damage.
What's the attack roll? Let's start with that.
I'm doing the attack roll. Yeah. So I know it burns up either way. 22 to hit.
22 does hit. Go ahead and roll the damage.
Sweet. 78.
Remarkably enough, that is my first attack roll against you show.
Really? Oh, wait, no. Sorry. That's...
It's a 23 lightning damage.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought what he rolled is what you rolled. What'd you say, Jody, as far as you rolled?
22 is the attack roll against just you.
Yeah, that hits.
All right. So I haven't used this attack yet. You take 22 piercing damage, and I need a dexterity saving throw.
Do I have advantage on that as a monk for any reason at all? Just making sure.
No,
No.
you do
No.
not.
Okay, I don't.
It's a barbarian thing.
I would have used Bountiful Luck on you, but that was my reaction holding.
That's whatever. 14.
Not enough. So as it bites you, it swallows you completely as you guys watch Show disappears into the guts of this creature.
Bye. See you later.
I don't suppose Blue's inclined to help us out at all.
Blue seems flabbergasted of this situation. He's just kind of standing there watching all of this has happened.
I rolled the bludgeoning damage and rolled 20. If he passes, he takes half that, half of 13. If he fails, he takes 13.
Okay. Well, he can't move anymore, and no one's in range of his stinger, so he doesn't get his second attack. And what's this as a save again?
Strength 19.
We makes his save, so
Half of 13.
so that's 7, right? No, 6. All right. So the creature ends its turn there. You guys can no longer see Show, but you can hear from inside. Goes to Goldie.
I will bonus action shoot him with the sphere.
All right.
23 to hit again.
Definitely hits. What's the damage?
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 25 fire. For my bonus action, and then
All right. As you do that, you start seeing some of its scales are peeling off, and there's scorch and burns marks under it. You see a little bit of this kind of caustic fluid dripping out of it and staining and kind of burning the floor underneath it.
and then because I can't hurt my own sphere, I'm gonna cast Fireball centered where I centered the sphere to hit the worm with
Okay.
my action.
Oh, no, that's perfectly fine. Cool. Let's say you can't cast 2-leveled spells, but you didn't.
Dex save 19.
Purple worms are known for their just incredible dexterity. I actually don't think I can make this save. Yeah, it's actually not possible. Doesn't matter, because I rolled a -1. I rolled a nat 1, and he has a -2 to dex save, so...
18, 22, 25, 30, 33, 35. Can I add the charisma damage to the fire 2 times? I don't know if it works with multiple spells in a turn. Because the whole draconic fire damage thing.
It just says you can add your charisma modifier to the damage of spells you cast on your turn, right?
Yeah, it says to one roll of the spells, but I don't think it constitutes me casting or using 2 different spells in the same turn.
Theoretically, if it just says one roll, then I'm going to say no, you can't add it to both.
Okay, then it's 35 fire from the fireball.
Okay, I have to do more math. Why are you making me do my math? It's not okay, man. What was you said that the 35?
Yes, from the fireball.
All right, it's looking rough. You're thinking it's not particularly fond of you guys.
I'm gonna stay where I'm at. 20
All right.
feet up.
Show. First things first. You take 26 acid damage as the internal juices start dissolving you. You are blinded and restrained currently while you're inside the creature. What would you like to? What would you like to do?
So, as a tabaxi, I have because of the claws, I have a climbing speed of 20 feet.
Okay.
And I was wondering if I'd be able to climb my way back out of its gullet.
As you are restrained, your movement speed is 0 right now. So your
Okay.
climbing speed is also 0.
I just thought it'd be the idea.
You
of
can
maybe-
attempt to attack your way out.
Yeah. Okay.
With the restrained condition, they'll all be made with disadvantage, but
I was very entertained by the visual, though.
Yeah. I was going for it.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
it's a good idea. Unfortunately, the musculature of the stomach won't allow it.
All right. I'm just gonna try and beat my way out of this then.
Go for it.
First attack. No, 13 probably won't work.
Nope. Even from the inside, that's a hard no. You kind of have
Second attack. 22.
22 does hit. Roll the
Okay.
damage.
All right. I'm at a D8. Okay. 10.
Right.
And then one more. Another key point for flurry of blows.
Okay. Did you want to stunning strike at all or no?
Oh. Sure. I'll go ahead and give it. Do one more key point for that.
Okay. What's your save DC?
17.
After seeing this moment, take a 6.
Okay. It gets a 17 on its con save.
So it succeeds. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, god damn it. Sorry.
That was the exact number it needed to roll.
Crap.
All right. Does that
May
mean I
have
still
shit
get-
dexterity, but it's got a decent con.
That's what I have for what I figure with this thing. I still get flurry of blows, or does that take
Yes, you do.
place? Okay,
No.
cool.
Stunning strike, literally anytime you hit with a melee attack, you can add a stunning strike on for key points. So
Okay.
if you wanted to keep doing it, you could.
I'll do it while my if one of these hits, I'll try it again. But
Okay.
natural 1 probably won't do anything.
No.
And hey, 25.
25 definitely hits. Go and roll some more damage.
Ooh, full damage. To 13. And the stunning strike. One more key point.
Okay.
I'm running low.
I got
it
no
a
more
th-
portents to screw you over.
It got a 30.
I think that's good. So yeah.
I think Goldie and this worm are like very akin in terms of their stats.
Psycho, you are up. The worm, you guys watch as the worm kind of squirms and struggles as you see little bumps appear on its chest
Okay,
or thorax. I don't know. It's a worm. What are worm parts?
Segment. I don't know.
Eldritch Blast. Pew pew.
All right. Go ahead and make your attack rolls.
Okay. 14.
Psh, misses. You're rolling like me.
Yes, I know.
There's no call for that. There's that. That's a line.
That's just mean. Sorry, your mic peaked and we didn't hear that. What was it?
Yeah, that all cut out. Was that rage or was that glee?
That was rage. That's
Oh,
so
sorry.
fun.
We still got one more.
Okay.
Yeah, how many you got on your level for Eldritch Blast?
It's a +10. Thankfully, this does hit 18 plus 10.
Oh yeah, definitely hits. Go and roll damage.
Okay, yeah.
So you fire off your first two ones and they kind of go ping, ping. The third one hits to true.
Alright, that's 5 points of force damage.
All right. And as you hit with the last one, it cracks part of its shell, and you can see more kind of ooze coming out of it, dripping onto the floor and bubbling up a bit. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
Nope.
All right. Going to Quinn.
Okay, I got nothing else I can do. I mean, I have some spells, but I want to. I'm actually more of a support in some ways. Although you wouldn't know it by the way I played tonight. I'm going to use Mind Sliver on it.
Ooh.
Okay.
It needs to make me an intelligence save of 16.
Uh,
Rolling out 20, I dare you, Jody.
with a nat 20, it would get a 15. It does not have the ability to make this save.
Sweet.
But I got a 19, so that's a 14. Or no, with a nat 20, it would make... it was a 16, though, right? Yeah. So even the nat 20 couldn't have made it. But I got a 19, so that's a 14.
Well, still not enough. So, Mind Sliver, you're going to take 9 points of psychic damage,
Okay.
and you subtract. I don't know if you want me to roll. Or do you want? I can roll, or you can roll. Subtract 1d4 from your next saving throw. So I don't know if you want to wait until it actually happens.
We'll wait until it happens. And I'll,
Until the end of my next turn.
okay, cool. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
Gonna take. I'll use a bonus action, recover a spell slot, and I'll stay where I'm at.
Okay.
Huddle in my little corner.
So it's going to go for the creature that keeps shooting it with fire.
Shocker.
And going to first try and take a bite out of you. 26.
Yeah, that hits and then some.
Okay, so that'll be 22 piercing damage, and I need a dex save from you.
Yes. Join
Deck-
me.
Deck save.
Join me. Yes.
Okay, it's not poison related in any way.
No. This is it literally trying to eat you.
All right, I'm just because my whole dwarven poison. Oh, I healed 22 on accident. Hold on, I got a minus 44 now. That was. I was like, how did I gain hit points? Yeah, I'm joining you with that one,
Join
bringing it to
me.
2.
Yeah, so you get... And you see that Show has set up a little like man cave in here. There's a little wet bar. Unfortunately, the only thing to drink is this acid, but you know, you
A
see
PC set up
worse.
in the corner.
Yeah.
No, it's a 26 on my concentration check.
So yeah, that's perfectly fine.
I don't think I can zap it with the sphere if I'm inside of it.
All right, and since it is not in, no, it's still barely in there. It's gonna try its stinger out on Psycho.
I'm sorry, Joe. I misspoke on my recovery. What I need to use it for, I can't use it for.
Okay. A 30 against you, Psycho.
Hits.
All right, you will take 19 piercing damage, and I need
If I may, I think this is where I can use it. Thankfully, I'll use my reaction. This is probably gonna screw me every time, but I will use my reaction. I just want to make sure I can. You're within 30 feet of me. Bountiful luck, so go ahead and re-roll to hit.
Okay. That would be 20 to 2. Still hits?
Shield or anything? I don't know.
No, it still hits.
Okay. So again, 19 piercing damage, and then I need a con save from you.
Okay. Alright. Save. I am rolling like shit tonight. 10.
I think that D20 needs to go in the dice jail.
All my d20s need to go in a dice jail.
So you'll take 42 points of poison damage.
I'm out.
And you watch as the stinger comes and it hits Psycho, and she kind of goes, falls down unconscious. That is the end of its turn. Goldie, you are inside, but you have your turn. You are blinded and restrained.
Yeah, Storm Sphere, to me, it doesn't make sense that I could still use it because it says from the center to a creature I choose, but I can't see it, so I'm going to ignore it.
Well, theoretically...
Because I'm causing it to leap to the target, so in my mind I have to see it, kind of thing.
I'll let you do it, simply because you know exactly where it is, because you're touching it. Or rather, it's touching you.
I'm going to do something a little different because I think this might create a better visual.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Cone of Fire by transmuting Cone of Cold into fire from the inside and just point it up. I'm pointing
God.
it up away from you, so don't worry.
Oh, so you're shooting it straight up. This will be cool. Okay.
You're turning it into a red dragon.
I'm assuming that's some sort of save.
Con 19.
Okay.
Roll your D4 for minus.
I will once I make the roll. So it's going to start at a 21. But we lose 2 to bring it down to a 19.
So that meets it. So half of 39.
Dang it.
15.
Sure, I didn't roll any
16.
ones. Yeah, I didn't. Okay.
I think 17 would be half of 39. 18? Yes, 18, sorry.
No, sorry, 19. 38.
Okay. Even from the inside, it's looking rough. As you guys watch, it just shoots fire out of the top of its head.
And then I guess I'll do the, if it's still up, I'll do the bonus action fire bolt thingy from the sphere.
Go for it. As you cast your cone of fire, you can see, because it just stretches out to expunge the fire, and you just see for a brief moment the remnants of your fire storm.
It's a natural 19 plus 12 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll the damage.
18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25 fire.
How do you want to do this?
Nice.
I want it to just hit it simultaneously so that it just looks like it's belching this massive fire breath so that they think it has a fire breath and start freaking out.
Okay. So kind of like a wacky inflatable... you see it start going... and it's like blowing fire everywhere to scorch the thing, and then you watch it as just...
It's a giant nope fire hose.
And it just lies on the ground, unconscious.
I'll start crawling my way out, and if I perceive no more threat, I'll drop the fire sphere.
Jody, do I have to make a death save?
Yeah, go ahead and make me a death save real quick.
Fail.
All right. So both of you are able to make it out. You guys can see Psycho and conscious on the floor.
Someone help me.
But
I'll run over and cast Spare the Dying.
okay. So you are stabilized.
Yay!
Got no healing potions.
Yeah, neither do I.
One
I
thing.
have some.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say one thing you guys are fairly certain of. Purple worms generally are not pack animals, so the likelihood of another purple worm being around is unbelievably low, and there are no more tremors. So
I don't know how to delete what I drew, so it's gone though.
I think if you click on your arrow icon and yeah,
I think
I
Jody's
can
doing
get rid
it.
of it.
yeah. Or he can do it.
He's good to go.
Oh, we need a rest.
Well, because she's. I'm sorry.
She's stabilized.
Is Psycho a he or she pronoun?
Hey,
He. Okay. He's stabilized, but it will take him a while to regain hit points. Yes, even if we're doing short
If
rest.
you guys do a short rest, after an hour, you regain, I believe it's 1d4 hit points when
However many-
you're stabilized. So it would take 2 hours to get everyone to have the effect of a short rest. Or
Well, if you want, I can use one of my spells to at least kick us off so we can get it up sooner. I can use a second level spell slot, and I can give aid, and I'll
Which
give
gives
everyone
temporary hit points,
temporary hit points.
which don't affect someone who is unconscious.
Doesn't that help doesn't that help rouse them?
No, temporary hit points don't stack if you don't have any regular hit points per Crawford, I think.
Shoot.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't use temporary hit points to get someone out of unconsciousness. They need to have at least one hit point.
Yeah, we can.
Well, because it says I'm sorry, I just want to make sure because each target's hit points maximum and current hit points increase by 5.
So
that would
that's
still
not.
be 0.
Oh, so it still wouldn't rate because it says I was just reading it
No,
from as
if
that.
her
Okay.
current hit points increase by 5, she would be that. But those aren't temporary hit points. That's actual. You are raising her maximum hit points, not giving her temporary hit points. Unless
Okay.
it specifically says temporary hit points in there. Because temporary hit points are a different to the thing.
Yeah, I was reading it as current maximum and current hit points, and I thought that meant I could add 5.
What's
but okay.
what's the spell again?
Aid, second level spell.
Okay, let me look at it real quick because I don't have.
I can copy and paste too if you like. There.
I've got it right here.
Okay.
Okay, so it simply increases their hit points. It does not give them temporary hit points. So that would rouse her.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, temporary hit points will not bring someone out of unconsciousness because they don't exist. This literally just raises her hit point maximum and gives her hit points. So that would get her up.
Okay, then I can do that at second level. And that'll give her enough to get her up and at them, and then she can actually use her own hit dice.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
So you guys going to take a short rest, or by this point you'd be thinking the sun's going to rise
Yeah,
within an hour
long
anyway.
rest.
Bloody
so-
long rest.
Okay. So
And I'm still not sure when that's going to kick in on that whatever the hell may or may not be up with me.
So, as you all to take your long rest, because of the purple worm, there's really nothing here you have to worry about. There's bats, obviously, but the worst you have to worry about them is them pooping on you.
No, I'll still do the ritual and cast dome.
But as you all rest and take your turns watch, Quinn,
Oh yay! What's going on?
as you kind of lay down to sleep, at first you're having a hard time getting to sleep, which is a little weird. You've been an adventurer for a while now. Generally, you get to a point where you can sleep. You've kind of trained yourself to, okay, I'm done. But for some odd reason, you just can't. And it really starts to frustrate you. And as you try everything, you're counting sheep and you're breathing and everything you can think of to sleep, nothing is working. And you just start going, what the hell is wrong with me? What kind of a horrible adventure am I that I can't fall asleep? And after 2 hours pass, this has gone from, okay, what's wrong with, what's going on, to you being very upset with yourself. There's something definitely wrong with me. I'm doing something wrong. And it just gets worse and worse. And eventually you do kind of pass out just from sheer exhaustion. But as you sleep, you have these dreams of darkness and a creature hunting you. And you'll wake up in a cold sweat, feeling more tired than before. By the time you get to the end of the long rest, you do not gain the benefits of a long rest.
God damn it.
And
Is there any chance that I may roll Arcana to know what's wrong with me?
Sure, you're level 15 of adventurer.
The rest of us get a long rest.
The rest of you get a long rest. Technically, he got a long rest at the 2. It just didn't do any good.
Sorry, let me. Right there, lucky dragon. Right there. Want to make sure. Okay, no, okay. Well. Dirty 20.
Thinking about this would not be an arc. Well,
It's a demon. I don't know if that's. I would presume it's not natural.
no, I was thinking more religion for it. Yeah, with it being demonic versus magical, and the thing that's affecting you being demonic. I guess we'll go with that's fine. With it to 20, with a 20, you've heard stories about Rakshasa, victims of Rakshasa attacks that have survived, having something happen to them where they're never quite the same. And having to seek out priests or the like to ever get to the point where they could sleep again.
Does the words "remove curse" come anywhere into this?
With a 20, because again you haven't dealt with Rakshasa a whole bunch before, that doesn't. But you know the link in there somewhere is the few people that have been able to get over this have had to ask for some sort of blessing from a priest or a cleric.
Full disclosure, I have not looked anything up on this. That's why I was like, I didn't know if I was like, but I do know what it is like to be cursed. Would it be out of line if I were just like, as a Hail Mary casting remove curse? I don't know if it'll work or not. I mean, I, the player, do not know if that would work or not.
He didn't cast a spell on you, which is where a curse would generally come from. If you wanted, if you had someone that could detect magic on you, that might be able to tell you whether or not you have some sort of magical effect hurting you.
Would I be able to tell myself if I could do that?
If you can cast detect magic, yes.
Ritual cast detect magic.
Yeah, sure. So again, spending an entire night and having this, you know something is wrong with you. You looked at the scar that the Rakshasa gave. It's not festering or anything like that, but it's still there, which indicates some sort of magic. So you ritual cast detect magic on yourself, and you do detect the presence of some sort of curse, though the specifics of the curse are not revealed to you with the detect magic spell, but it's definitely a curse.
I mean, if I tell the guys that like, okay, I think backward paw kitty screwed me up proper.
Kitty.
I'll cast remove curse on me and see if it does anything. I'll use a third level spell. A third level spell slot. Remove curse is prepared.
I thought you were out of spell slots.
Not third level.
Okay, so
I'm not out of spell. I have like I'm dwindling. My high levels are gone.
That's me. That's out.
Oh, okay. There's too many new characters. Yeah, so you cast remove curse, and you can feel kind of the magic leave you. However, by this point, the sun is starting to set in the horizon, and that is where we're going to leave it for tonight. Sorry, it's a little bit shorter. Like I said, I am a little under the weather tonight. But if you missed any of this, you can head over to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/TrainerJody, and you can catch the entire one shot over there. We have last time's episode's already uploaded. This would be uploaded on Sunday. Yeah, otherwise, that's all for me today, and I'll see you guys in the next time. All right? Bye-bye.